Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so once again it is Friday, so time for another episode of Fan Creation Friday, the series where I take in a bunch of your guys' custom cards based around a certain theme for the week. So this week the theme was any sort of GT based card. Doesn't have to be like a GT Bosses or a GT Heroes leader or anything like that, just a card that has something to do with GT. Because there's a lot of options out there. The original idea was to do GT bosses, but with the few characters that are on it, it's a little bit too restrictive. So we expanded the whole thing out to GT, and there you go. So as always, if you want to enter for a future episode, it is open only to members of the Discord, but you can join the Discord with the link down below. And then you have a chance to enter, and I let you guys vote sometimes out of a bunch of different particular themes for the week. We will obviously have a Heroes one coming up, because Heroes is going to be all the rage very soon, so that's going to be that's going to give a lot of opportunity for exciting random characters and stuff. So again, if you do want to join and have a chance to be in that video in the future, make sure you join the Discord with the link down below. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump straight in. Obviously this week it was myself, the mods, and the winner of the previous week, Ed the Simp, doing the judging. So I had to whittle down all the choices from everyone into 4 or 5 that will fit into a video. So let us go ahead and jump straight into the first one. Okay, so first up we have the entry from Thick Rice, which is an Extreme Tech Nova Shenron, Sin Shenron exchange that also then transforms into Omega Shenron. So shout out, of course, Extreme Tech, still the weakest typing, so we get so many Extreme Tech typings for Extreme cards. Gotta have one in every episode. But the leader skill would be GT Bosses and Shadow Dragon Saga, 3 key and 160 across the board. So obviously better than 150. I'm not sure why he didn't just go for 170. That would obviously be really good, because Shadow Dragon still doesn't have a leader higher than 150, and I guess GT Bosses doesn't either, so would have been pretty good. But the super attack, name and effect, so Nova Shenron does the Extreme Heat Blast, greatly raises defense for 3 turns and causes immense damage with a great chance to stun. And then Nova Shenron's passive, Desire for a Fair Fight, attack and defense 144%. All allies become immune to abnormal effects. Seals the attacked enemy, exchanges with Sin Shenron when conditions are met. So pretty solid stats. Immune to abnormal status effects is good. Can't be stunned, because some events will still do that. This would technically protect you from the rotation locking as well, which is nice. And of course he can seal the attacked enemy. Then the active skill requirement to exchange with Sin Shenron is literally just when entering the attacking turn. So this is kind of like one of those golden freezer type things where you can literally just transform on turn 1 if you want to. So then when he becomes Sin Shenron, he has the Dark Dragon Slaying Bullet, greatly lowers attack and causes immense damage to the enemy. And then the passive is the Strongest Shadow Dragon, attack and defense 111%, plus an additional attack and defense 11% within the same turn with each attack received. So he kind of starts off stats-wise a little bit weaker than Nova if you want to exchange straight away. But if he's going to take a whole bunch of hits in slot 1, then he's going to be getting quite a big buff off of it as well. He also gets attack and defense 11% per extreme class ally attacking in the same turn. So you can get a 22% extra buff from there. Heals 11% HP at the end of the turn, and then absorbs the Dragon Balls when conditions are met. So the Sin Shenron condition is absorbs the Dragon Balls upon entering the next attacking turn when HP is 77% or below. So then you have the access to that active skill. Transform into Omega Shenron. And then his super attack is the negative Karma Ball, greatly raises attack, raises defense for 1 turn, and causes immense damage with a great chance to stun. His passive is crippling minus energy, heals 33% HP once only, attack and defense 177%, then an additional defense 77% before attacking, plus an additional attack 77% when performing a super attack. All enemies attack minus 30%, attack and defense 77% when the target enemy is not in attack down status. Survives the KO attacks by regressing to Sin Shenron and ending the turn. So he has a revival, surviving a KO attack and transforming down back into Sin Shenron. So essentially this is survives KO attack. So whilst it is kind of like the revival mechanic, it is the way it's worded. It survives KO attacks, so it seems like it is actually Omega that would have to take the hit that KOs you, because of the way it's written, and then you would survive by reverting back to Sin Shenron. So that's very interesting. It says, once regressed to Sin Shenron, you can transform into Omega again upon entering the next attacking turn, meaning you're stuck with Sin for a turn, provided HP is 77% or below, but this will not heal you and you no longer survive KO attacks. So that's why the heals 33% HP is once only. So very complex, but it's a very interesting design. I'm not sure if Dokkan would ever introduce something that is quite this technical, but it is an interesting combination of a lot of mechanics because it's an exchange via an active skill that then has a transformation via an active skill that then has a sort of survive KO revival attack that de-transforms the unit and then you can transform them again. So it's very interesting. A lot of mechanics in play. So the links: Brutal Beatdown, Shocking Speed, Cold Judgment, GT, Shadow Dragon's Fierce Battle. Then they changed to Cold Judgment and Shocking Speed are becoming Fear and Faith and Big Bad Bosses when transforming into Sin or Omega. And they are on Shadow Dragon Saga, Full Power, Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, GT Bosses, and Accelerated Battle. It says the second attack and defense 77% on Omega is meant to help him out in long stuff or the God event where he can't debuff. When he regresses, he'll heal 11% for the next rotation because it's the end of the turn. It says somebody said to make this as a joke, so I made it. So I'm not sure what exactly the joke part was. Maybe the regressing back into Sin Shenron. But it is actually a very good card, despite being, like I say, quite complicated, but definitely very interesting. Just bump that leader skill up to 170, and then this would be a card that I would actually be quite excited to summon for. So obviously let me know what you guys think down below. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next up we have the entry from Gogeta, and he has made a super physical Bulla and Pan card. So just by starting this off, I feel like this isn't like a card that people would see and get super excited to summon for, but I think he's done this on purpose, where he's kind of gone for what Dokkan has done in the past, where they've made characters that weren't as hype super OP, because this card is incredibly OP, so I thought it's kind of funny to have a card this powerful for a Bulla and Pan unit. So their leader skill is GT Heroes and Youth, free key, HP attack and defense 170. And then their super attack is the Youthful Surprise Kamehameha, greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, causes immense damage to the enemy and stuns the attacked enemy. So it's a 100% chance to stun. Girl Power Unleashed is their passive. Key +4 and attack and defense 145%. Then they have a great chance to launch up to 4 additional attacks. Each one has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. They reduce damage received by 45%. Then they give GT Heroes allies 2 key, 20% attack and defense. Youth allies 2 key, 25% attack and defense. Then they have a high chance to evade enemy attacks and a high chance to perform a critical hit with 4 or more key spheres obtained. And then they have a great chance to crit with 5 or more key spheres obtained. So even if you're only picking up 4 orbs, that means that they have a 50% chance to dodge, whilst also having very high stats and 45% damage reduction. So even if they don't dodge, they're going to be doing pretty well. And then their active skill I really like. So it's Enraged Dad and Granddad. Can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of the battle. Does ultimate damage to the enemy, attack 25% and defense 20% for the rest of the battle. And as you would imagine from the description, it is Super Saiyan 4. Well, it just says Goku and Vegeta actually, so maybe it's not Super Saiyan 4, but that's how I imagined it. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta appear via instant transmission and rush attack the enemy. Their actual super attack is Bulla distracts the enemy while Pan prepares a Kamehameha, jumps between them and fires it straight into the enemy's face. It's kind of similar to like the GT Gohan and Goten one, I guess. But their links are Saiyan Lineage, Innocence, GT, Battlefield Diva, Kamehameha, Hellfire, and Fierce Battle. And their categories are GT Heroes, Youth, Kamehameha, Shadow Dragon Saga, Bond of Friendship, and Joined Forces. So, yeah, ridiculously OP Bulla and Pan card. I mean, we've got a Xenopan coming out soon, so yeah, it could be the season of Pan getting good cards, but who knows. So yeah, I feel like this one was done super OP on purpose because it's funny that it's for a Bulla and Pan card, but I thought I would feature this one because I found it pretty funny as well as being quite busted. So there you go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next up we have the entry from Seven, who has made a Hellfire 17 that transforms into Super 17. I mean, of course we were going to have a Super 17 in the video, come on. He's an extreme AGL unit. His leader skill is target Goku or other world warriors, key 4, HP and attack 170 and defense 130. The super attack name and effect, so his base super attack is the Hellbreaker, raises attack infinitely, causes immense damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. But then he has a unit super attack, that activates when you have an extreme class unit whose name is Android 17 attacking in the same turn. So any extreme Android 17 unit. Then he does the double Hellbreaker, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, does immense damage to the enemy, and greatly lowers defense. His passive is preparing to become 1, attack and defense 100%, then an additional attack 10% with each attack received up to 50%, reduced damage received by 30%, launches an additional super attack when your team has an extreme class Android 17 attacking in the same turn, and then extreme class allies key +1, attack and defense 20%, and then an additional attack and defense 20% for Otherworld Warriors category allies. So only giving 1 key, but extreme Otherworld Warriors would be getting 40%, so that's very good. The active skill, Fusion, can be activated from the 4th turn from the start of the battle, while your team has an extreme class Android 17 on the team. And then they, of course, fuse into Super 17. So Super 17's super attack is the Super Flash Bomber. Massively raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. Causes immense damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. Then his passive is Merger Completed. Attack and defense 150%. An additional attack 20% with each attack received up to 100%. Reduces damage received by 50%. Launches an additional super attack. It's guaranteed. Plus a high chance to launch an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack. So potential for 3 supers in 1 turn. Even without the hidden potential system, so 4 potentially. Extreme class allies key +2, attack and defense 40%, plus an additional key 1 and attack 20% and defense 20% for Otherworld Warriors allies. Recovers 10% HP in which an attack was received, so the end of the turn in which an attack was received. So very, very strong, very high stats, especially with his own support. Can launch a whole bunch of super attacks, and he is infinitely stacking his attack on super, and it's a massively raises each time. So if he super attacks 4 times in 1 turn, like, his attack stats is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So of course, you know, a busted Super 17 is exactly what I want to see. Pre-transformation, they have Android Assault, Fear and Faith, Shocky Speed, Nightmare, GT, Brutal Beatdown, Fierce Battle, and then post-transformation, Android Assault, Fear and Faith, Shocky Speed, Nightmare, GT, Fused Fighter, and Fierce Battle. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't really push the boat out and finally give the Super 17 unit big bad bosses, but obviously none of the other ones have one, and that would just make him even more ridiculously broken, because I guess you want to be linking him up with one of the existing Super 17s, so you wouldn't get big bad bosses active anyway. His categories: Androids, Artificial Life Forms, Target Goku, Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, and GT bosses. It says the reasoning for this character's leader skill, including Otherworld Warriors, is so that one can create a team based around the actual events of the Super 17 saga where fighters from Hell invaded the world of the living. So yeah, I think that's a pretty cool idea for combining the 2 categories. So Target Goku, Otherworld Warriors. Yeah, so had to have a Super 17 in the video. I really, really liked the design of this one. And of course, I've included this one here to throw you guys off, because somebody mentioned in the Discord a little while ago that when I make the thumbnails for this video, I always put the winner in the middle. So I purposely put Super 17 in the middle, because I know you guys probably would assume that a Super 17 would be the winner. But let us go ahead and move on to the actual winner. So shout out to 7 again, and let's go check out the final one for the video. Okay, so last up, the winner for this week, the entry comes to us from Kiryu MUI, who has made a Super STR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So this isn't a fusing Goku and Vegeta, it's a straight up Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Obviously, the int one's not that old, but people are already complaining that he's outdated, so this guy would be pretty good. Plus, there is another reason why he's a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but we'll cover that at the end. So, Super STR unit, Shadow Dragon Saga, key +3, HP attack and defense 170, or final trump card 3 key, HP attack and defense 150. So, finally a 170 lead for Shadow Dragons. Still only 150 as the leader skill for final trump card, but obviously that lets you put a bunch of other units into that team and fill it out. I mean, you can basically make a full Saiyan team using this leader skill. Because of all the Super Saiyan 4s we have now. Super attack name in effect is the Full Power Saiyan combo. Raises attack and defense by 40% for 3 turns and causes immense damage to the enemy. Lowers the enemy's attack and defense. And then the passive is Pride and Power. Key +3, attack and defense 130. Then they get an additional attack and defense 30% for the rest of the fight after receiving an attack. Reduces damage received by 50% when in slot 1. Then we get an additional attack and defense 20% when in slot 2 or 3. Counters enemy normal attacks with tremendous power, so he's a normal counter attack unit. First Gogeta to have that, very powerful. Medium chance of every attack launched to be a critical. I'm assuming this is individually, so it doesn't stack like the Anniversary LR super attack effect. It's just each attack will have a 30% chance to be a crit. So I guess technically you could just have it. I think in the game it would just be written medium chance to crit, but still. All attacks, high chance of becoming critical hits when targeting an enemy in the attack lower or defense lower state. So if they're attack down or defense down, that goes up to being a 50% chance to crit. I'm assuming, I don't know, because of the way it's written, you could either say it overwrites the other one or they're rolled separately, so then you really are getting good chance to crit if the enemy is attack or defense down. Launches up to 2 additional attacks, each with a medium chance to be a super attack. Launches an additional super attack when facing a GT boss's enemy. So even at 55%, this unit would have the potential to super attack, 4 times in one turn if you're facing a GT boss, and then 3 times otherwise. So very, very powerful. With the fact that the super attack effect stacks for 3 turns, it means if you get 3 super attacks in the one turn, you'll get all of these stacks. So even in turn 1, the final super attack will be very powerful. Then the active skill is the 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha. Can be activated once 4 or more super attacks have been launched or at the start of the turn when HP is 59% or below. It massively raises attack and does immense damage to the enemy. Attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. So obviously his follow-up supers are then going to be attacks effective against all types. I actually really like this active skill condition. Because once 4 or more super attacks have been launched, people don't like that. Even when a unit does have additionals, right? Because this guy, he can get 4 super attacks in turn 1, but only in his best scenario. So if you get bad RNG, this could take you quite a few turns. So people don't like this active skill condition a lot. But he also has the at start of turn when HP is 59% or below. So in long form events, it's not going to take you that long to be able to get this first part, because you want to save the active skills that do damage until later on anyway. Or if you're in something like Super Battle Road, he kind of has that Blue Kaioken Goku Spirit Bomb kind of thing going on, where you can go into a second or third fight already below 59% HP, and then you can use the active skill straight away on turn 1. And then he's going to be insanely powerful. Super effective against all types. You've already dealt a big bunch of damage, and then he's firing off all of these attacks. So very, very strong. His links are Shocking Speed, Fused Fighter, GT, Saiyan Raw, Kamehameha, Super Saiyan, and Fierce Battle. So breaking the mold here, like giving Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Saiyan Raw, because, I mean, power creep is such a thing in this game. Like, they didn't give it to him, I guess, when the tech one originally came out, because they were worried of him being too powerful. But now it's just annoying because he doesn't fit in with the other Super Saiyan 4s as well. So giving him Saiyan Raw, absolutely good. And then categories, Final Trump Card, Great 8 Power, Fusion, Kamehameha, Shadow Dragon Saga, GT Heroes, Time Limit, and Accelerated Battle. And then, yeah, the additional info says this guy's to replace the Vegito, because originally this was submitted as a Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, as if Goku and Vegeta had used the Potara earrings rather than the Fusion Dance when fighting Omega. But we talked about it in the thread when we were discussing the theme from GT, and I wanted to keep it to stuff that was in GT, otherwise we kind of start getting into Heroes territory a little bit. So he just resubmitted the design as Gogeta instead of Vegito. So actually, I guess now that I say it out loud to record, that's probably why he still has the counter normal attacks. But I don't see any reason why he can't have that. Like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was obviously kind of clowning on Omega at the beginning, so it's not unusual for him to have a counter, because, you know, he's overwhelming his opponents and stuff. So overall, I think this design is really, really good. The card is incredibly powerful, and would be a great unit to run on Super STR and all of those other teams. Very, very strong. So very good entry from Kiryu MUI is this week's winner. So I will be contacting you, obviously, to help judge the next episode. The theme of that is as yet undecided, so as I said at the beginning, if you guys want to be part of a future episode, make sure you join the Discord and keep an eye out for when the form gets posted. Shout out to everybody in the video once again, as well as everybody who submitted a card. They're all really good, it's just obviously there can only be so many in one video. Definitely enjoyed reading through a lot of interesting designs. Obviously, a lot of people tried to curry my favour. There was quite a few Super 17 designs. I really did like a lot of them, but the one featured in the video was picked by at least one of the other judges as well. So I thought I'd put that one in. So yeah, obviously not always going to get in, but don't lose heart. Make sure you do submit a custom card if the next theme it takes your fancy, and maybe you will make it into the next video. So shout out to all you guys for watching, submitting your cards, making this series so much fun. I wanted to try it out for a few weeks, and if all the videos did really badly, have to see if there was some way we could change it up or whatever. But it's been doing pretty well, and it's definitely fun to do. I do like seeing all your guys' custom cards. So make sure if it's something you're interested in the future, join the Discord, and maybe you can be in the next one. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.